Hi guys, today we are going to read chapter 8 of Teddy Robinson's stories. Teddy Robinson has a holiday. One day in summer, it was very hot. Teddy Robinson sat on a windowsill in Deborah's room and said to himself, Phew, phew, I wish I could take my fur coat off. It is a hot day. Deborah came running in from the garden to fetch her sun hat. When she saw Teddy Robinson sitting all humpy and hot on the windowsill, she said, Never mind, poor boy. You'll be cooler when you have your holiday. Are you going to have a holiday? Said Teddy Robinson. Yes, of course you are, said Deborah. When will it come? Said Teddy Robinson. Very soon now, said Deborah, and she ran out into the garden again. Teddy Robinson sat and thought about this for a long while. He knew he had heard the word holiday before, but he just could not remember what it meant. Now, I wonder what a holiday can be, he said to himself. She said, I would be cooler when I had it. Is it a teddy bear's sunsuit, perhaps? Or a little umbrella? Or could it be a long cold drink in a glass with a straw? And she said it would come very soon. How will it come? Will it come in a box tied up with a ribbon, or on a tray? Or will the postman bring it in a parcel? Or will it just come walking in all by itself? Teddy Robinson didn't know the answer to any of these questions, so he began singing a little song to himself. I'm going to have a holiday, a holiday, a holiday. I'm going to have a holiday. How lucky I shall be. Whatever is a holiday, a holiday, a holiday. Whatever is a holiday, I'd have to wait and see. Yes, he said to himself, I'll have to wait and see. I'll ask Deborah about it tomorrow. But when tomorrow came, all sorts of exciting things began to happen, so Teddy Robinson forgot to ask Deborah after all. Daddy brought a big trunk down from the attic, and Mommy began packing it with clothes and shoes, and Deborah turned everything out of a toy cupboard onto the floor and began looking for a bucket and spade. What's going to happen? Asked Teddy Robinson. Are we going away? Yes, of course we are, said Deborah. We are going to the seaside. I told you yesterday. How funny. I didn't know, said Teddy Robinson. That's why everything is going in the trunk, said Deborah, to go to the seaside. Us too? Said Teddy Robinson. No, said Deborah. We shall go in a train. Now, be a good boy and help me tidy up all these toys. I found my bucket and spade. So together they tidied up the toys. Then they said goodbye to all the dolls and put them to bed in the toy cupboard. At last there was nothing left on the floor at all, except one tiny little round glass thing that Teddy Robinson found lying close beside him. It was about as big as a sixpence and was a beautiful golden brown color with a black blob in the middle. He showed it to Deborah. Now, I wonder whatever that can be, she said. It can't be a bead because it hasn't got a hole through the middle, and it can't be a marble, said Teddy Robinson, because it's flat on one side. Perhaps it's a sweet, said Deborah. Suck it and see, said Teddy Robinson. I mustn't suck it in case it's poison, said Deborah. So she looked at it and said, No, she said, it isn't a sweet because it hasn't got any taste. It's very pretty, said Teddy Robinson. Shall we keep it? Yes, said Deborah. It's too pretty to throw away. I wish I could think that what it is too. Though I'm sure I've seen it before somewhere, but I can't remember where. "That's funny," said Teddy Robinson. "I was thinking just the same thing." Before they went to bed that night, they dropped a pretty little round thing that wasn't a marble, and wasn't a bead, and wasn't a sweet, through the slot in Deborah's money box. "That will be safe. That will be a safe place to keep it," said Deborah. And the very next day, they all went away to the seaside. Teddy Robinson enjoyed the ride in the train very much because he was allowed to sit in the rack and look after the luggage. And Deborah enjoyed it very much because they had a picnic dinner in the train. And it was so lovely to be able to look out of the window and watch the cows in the fields and eat a hard-boiled egg in her fingers at the same time. It wasn't until they were quite halfway there that things began to go wrong. Daddy lifted Teddy Robinson down from the rack. He was just going to give him to Deborah when he looked at him closely and said, "Hello, old man, what happened to your other eye?" "Oh dear," said Mommy, "is it loose? I shall have to sew it on again before it gets lost." "No, it isn't here," said Daddy. Oh dear," said Deborah. "Let me see. Oh, you poor boy, what are we going to do? Wherever can it be?" They all began looking around the railway carriage and in the corners of the seats, but the other eye was nowhere to be seen. Deborah lifted Teddy Robinson onto her lap to comfort him and looked sadly into his one eye. Suddenly she said, "Teddy Robinson, do you remember the pretty little round glass thing we found yesterday? The thing that wasn't a bead and wasn't a marble and wasn't a sweet," said Teddy Robinson. "Yes," said Deborah. "Well, that was your eye. This one is just the same. Fancy my not knowing it when I saw it." "And it's in the money box," said Teddy Robinson sadly. "Oh dear, so is it," said Deborah. "Whatever shall we do?" "Stop the train," said Teddy Robinson. "We must go home and fetch it at once." But they couldn't stop the train. Daddy and Mommy both said they couldn't. So Teddy Robinson sat in a corner seat and grumbled to himself quietly while Deborah tried to comfort him by telling him about the nice time he was going to have at the seaside. "We'll go down to the beach every day," she said, "and you shall come with me. Don't mind about your eye too much. You shall have it as soon as we get home." "But I can't go down to the beach with only one eye," said Teddy Robinson. "Yes, you can," said Deborah. "No one will notice." "No, I can't," said Teddy Robinson. "There will be other children on the beach. If I can't go with two eyes, I won't go at all." "Oh, Teddy Robinson," said Deborah, "what am I to do with you?" "I know," said Daddy. "Make him into a pirate. Pirates always wear a patch over one eye. Then no one will know." "Yes," said Mommy. "What a good idea. And he can wear my red and white spotted handkerchief round his head." "And he can wear curtain rings for earrings," said Deborah. "Yes, that is a good idea." Teddy Robinson began to feel much happier, and by the time the train came into the station, his one eye was twinkling as usual. And he felt as pleased as Deborah to think they were really at the seaside at last. As soon as the breakfast was over the next morning, Teddy Robinson and Deborah got ready to go down to the beach. Deborah wore shorts and a t-shirt, and Teddy Robinson wore his trousers and no shirt. Mommy fixed the patch over his eye and hung two gold curtain rings over his ears with pieces of cotton. Then she tied her red and white spotted handkerchief round his head. "There now," she said. "Doesn't he look exactly like a pirate?" And she called Daddy to come and see. "My word," said Daddy. "I hope he won't frighten everybody away." On the way down to the beach, Teddy Robinson said to Deborah, "Do I really look like a pirate?" Yes, said Deborah, you really do. What is a pirate? Asked Teddy Robinson. He's a fierce robberman who lives in a ship, said Deborah. Oh, goody! I love being fierce, said Teddy Robinson. And who do I rob? Other people who live in other ships, said Deborah. That will be very nice, said Teddy Robinson. I hope there will be plenty of other people in other ships there. But when they got down to the beach, they found that the other people were mostly sitting about in deck chairs or walking about on the sands. I can't very well rob people who are sitting in deck chairs, can I? Said Teddy Robinson, and I don't think I should look quite right sitting in on myself. So Daddy and Deborah made a big sandcastle down by the edge of the sea, and when it was finished, they set Teddy Robinson on top of it. There, said Deborah, your ship has been dragged and sunk to the bottom of the sea, but you are safe on the desert island all of your own. Now you don't mind if I go and play with the other children, do you? Teddy Robinson didn't mind a bit. When Deborah had gone, he sat on top of his sandcastle island and looked out to sea, feeling very fierce and brave. He watched the seagulls flying and diving over the waves. After a while, one of them came flying round and swooped down quite close to his head, screaming at him. It sounded very fierce, but Teddy Robinson didn't mind because he was feeling fierce too. "Who are you?" screamed the seagull. "And what are you doing here?" "I'm a pirate," shouted Teddy Robinson, "and I'm not afraid of you, even if you do scream at me. This is my very own island, and you can't come on it." The seagull screamed at him again and flew away. Then a crab came waddling round the sandcastle island. It walked sideways and looked at Teddy Robinson with cross black eyes. "Who are you?" said the crab. "And what are you doing on my beach?" "I'm a pirate," said Teddy Robinson in a big, brave, fierce voice. "And I'm not afraid of you, even if you do walk sideways and stare at me with a cross face. And this is my island, so you can't come on it unless I invite you." "Are you going to invite me?" said the crab. "Not unless you stop looking so cross," said Teddy Robinson. "Then I shan't come," said the crab. "If I want to be cross, I shall be cross, and even a pirate can't stop me." And he scuttled away into the sand. Teddy Robinson felt very happy indeed. There was nothing he liked better than spending a beautiful, fierce morning all by himself at the seaside. He began singing about it as loudly as he could. "Look at me beside the sea, the one-eyed pirate bear. You'll never be as fierce as me, so fight me if you dare." Yes, then a big black dog came running down the beach and began barking loudly at Teddy Robinson. "Woof! Woof! What are you doing?" he barked. "I'm a pirate on a desert island," shouted Teddy Robinson, "and you can't frighten me, even if you do bark at me so rudely." "Woof! Woof!" barked the dog. "You certainly are on an island. Look, there's water all around you." "Good gracious, so there's it," said Teddy Robinson. "However did that happen?" "I expect the tide came up when you weren't looking," said the big black dog. "Woof! Woof! Shall I save you?" "No, thank you," said Teddy Robinson. "Pirates don't need to be saved, but thank you for telling me." He was just beginning to wonder how he was going to get back to the beach all by himself when Deborah came running and paddled out to the castle to fetch him. "Oh, Teddy Robinson," she said, "I heard the dog barking, and I got quite a fright when I saw you sitting with the water all around you." "Were you frightened when you saw the tide was coming up?" Of course I weren't, said Teddy Robinson. Pirates aren't frightened. I was just looking out to sea with my one brave eye, and I never even noticed it. You know, I'm very fond of my other eye, but I'm rather glad we left it at home after all. I do so like being a pirate at the seaside. Can I have a castle to myself every day? Yes, every day till we go home, said Deborah. But next time we won't put it so near the edge of the water. When at last the holiday was over and they all went home again, Teddy Robinson was quite excited to find his other eye still inside Deborah's money box, and to have it sewed on again. He and Deborah both feel as if they had been away for years and years, because everyone at home seemed so pleased to see them again. How big you've grown, they all said to Deborah, and how brown you are. They all said to Teddy Robinson, what a lovely holiday you must have had. Oh, my holiday, said Teddy Robinson. I'd forgotten all about it. What do you mean? Said Deborah. Well, I never had it, did I? Said Teddy Robinson. Did it come while we were at the seaside? Of course it did, said Deborah. That was your holiday, going to the seaside. Well, I never, said Teddy Robinson. Was it really? Oh, I'm glad if that was my holiday. I never thought it would be anything as nice as that. And that's the end of the story about how Teddy Robinson had a holiday. Thanks for listening to my story. Goodbye.